So what is a triple net lease versus gross and modified gross? Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the differences in leases. First, you've probably heard triple net, and it's really important for you to understand what a triple net lease is in comparison to other types of leases. Triple net is that the tenant will pay for all the expenses. That's going to include building maintenance, typically includes taxes, insurance, and all of the other items. A double net lease or a single net lease or a modified gross lease will be defined in the lease, and so it will only be items in the lease that you will pay for as a tenant or a landlord. It's pretty typical in smaller tertiary markets like Helena to have modified gross leases where the landlord pays for, let's say, taxes and insurance on the building, but the tenant still pays for their utilities and maybe their snow and lawn care and building maintenance. Those are some of the basic differences between leases. So on the exact opposite end of ownership and responsibility of the landlord is a gross lease. In a fully gross lease, the landlord would wash windows, they would take out the trash, they would mow the lawn, they would do all the snow removal, they replace carpet, they do anything that's building maintenance and or capital expenditures. They're not necessarily responsible for any of the FF&E, which is fixtures, furniture, and equipment, but they are responsible for all the other items. I have a fully gross lease, and in that fully gross lease, I actually have to stock toilet paper. I have to clean all of the space every night. It is a very onerous way to hold property. And they're way less common in large markets, but definitely more common in smaller tertiary markets like Helena.